So the batch from yesterday, they've been soaking in vinegar overnight, but I just wanted to real quick show you guys today what I showed yesterday. And that you scrub this. Scrub these all a little bit. I seen this cool stuff yesterday called stone intarsia. And what it is, they take and they would make these into slabs and then cut little shapes, and then you put together like a picture. I thought that was really cool. That is over here for now. And stop this. Open this up. See what this looks like. Here, let me give you guys a better view. Cool. I like rock nerds. Hey, Sin. Okay, Sin. No problem. White grape, you should get into agates. Agates are just gorgeous. Okay. when I put this in there, these is what they look like. And then we're gonna see what they look like just after step one. Well, a bunch of foam, which is okay. It's all part of the process. All part of the process. So here's why I like agates, because this is the same rock. And look at the top right here, and look at the bottom. Cool. Yep, that's true. But this is called rough black lace agate. And when it starts out, it looks like this. And I cut it because I want this to sit on a shelf as a shelf piece like that and have a window inside of the agate. And over time, as you tumble it, the black comes off on the outside and leaves this smoky gray with flashes of black and what I view to be like purple. We got dump this. See, My grandson sent me this stuff called stromatolite. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. That is stromatolite. This is what black lace agate will look like eventually. Take the flashlight and show you guys. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Can you see the shadowing and stuff in there? And then if you flip it over, just cool stuff, huh? That's one of my favorite rocks. so far. I have several. I like rhyolite. Rhyolite is cool because it's like reds and oranges and yellows. I got one here. Um, I moved. I'll find it in a minute. I showed what's in it yesterday. It's got a piece of silver, the shape of a triangle in it. Uh, I'll find it in a minute. There, this is some rhyolite. See how it's all different colors. The one that I got is my favorite. It's round. It's round like this. Only it's got a piece of silver, the shape of a triangle in it. Here's some more stromatolite. I have a new light coming. It's a magnet now. And for you guys here for a second, this post right here is metal. So I can stick the magnet base. It's only like this big around, but it would stick on there. And then it would have a telescoping thing that I could direct light wherever I needed it at. And this is some more stromatolite. And stromatolite is a basically it's an old piece of algae from like a million years ago. I think stuff like that is really cool. And where I live in Miles City, Montana. And the Yellowstone River runs a half mile from my house. And that's the number one agate collection place in the state. Stuff like that is cool. Oh, put that in first. Crap. So we have to rearrange stuff. No big deal. No big deal. Just rearrange it. I'll came out of there and I'll make it back in the water in. Borax. 1 spoon of borax. 1 tablespoon. This is my stage 2 grit. 120/220. We're doing 3 tablespoons. One of these is a tablespoon. Okay. I always take the corner of a rag and tilt the water up the side and get the corner of the rag wet. And then wipe down the lip right there real good. Let me turn this so you guys can see. No, that's one of the things I had talked about doing this summer. There's a place here in Montana, like 200 miles from me, called Gem Mountain, and you can go there and you can. It's like it's an actual sapphire mine, but they set you up with a booth and they bring you stuff like slushings and stuff. I would call it dirt, but it has the sapphires in it. And then you um, have to shake it in water to get the dirt out and leave the sapphires in. I thought that would be kind of cool to do until I seen the price, which it's kind of, yeah, maybe, maybe not. Uh, I'll get the you pay for a thing this big. This is had cheese balls in it. Full to the top is $110. And then you give them the sapphires and they heat treat them and they sell them for you. But to me, $110 for just that little bit is an awful lot of money. That's about, I would say, about that would hold like 5 to 7 pounds of dirt. So to me, $110 for 5 pounds of dirt that will have sapphires in it, but you don't know how many or what size. Yeah, yeah, there's 2 of them here in western Montana. I live in eastern Montana. There's, uh there's Jim Mountain, which it looked like it had the best deal because they would bring you the dirt with the sapphires in it, and the other one is over on the other side of Helena, and there you have to dig your own dirt and just hope that there's sapphires in it, and then you have to wash it, and then you have to uh, catalog it and stuff. It's like, yeah, sounds like Gem Mountain would be a better deal, you know? Sounds like Gem Mountain would be a much better deal. Yeah, it's a complete family affair from what I saw. If you YouTube Gem Mountain, Montana, there's several YouTube channels that have visited there. It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. But I can go half a mile right here and get agates and petrified wood and jasper, yellow jasper and red jasper for free. So that's why I say, yeah, maybe, maybe not. The way price of gas is right now, I'm trying to conserve as much gas as I can. I mean, where I'm at, it's not bad. It's like 369 to 379 a gallon. But I know other areas that it's up over $4. This started, that other one emptied. Wrong button. I did that yesterday. No big deal. Turn this one on. See how this is doing. Here's another thing. Okay, this is an old steak knife. Always put the sharp edge away from your tumbler barrel, because you don't want to put it in like that and cut your tumbler barrel. These tumbler barrels are $100 each. The whole kit was $56. So if something happens to the barrel, I'm getting another kit. I'm not spending $100 and get just the barrel when I can spend 56 for the whole kit. To me, that makes no sense. Now here is some yellow jasper that I collected. The only thing I found with jasper, it takes a long time to get the polish that I want. And if I have to redo it, I redo it. It's not really a big deal. Not really a big deal to me. And there's a place I might try to take you guys this weekend. It's called Groby Island State Park. It's just 7 miles from me. Right. Some of this stuff, it's expensive to repair. Yeah, people were telling me, "Oh, just get a slab saw." Until I looked at the price, they're like $4 and $5,000. As a startup channel, I don't have $4 and $5,000 to just throw after a slab saw. So I have a 7-inch wet tile saw that I use. And I found a 10-inch wet tile saw that I like better that I'm going to be getting, because the issue with the 7-inch tile saw, okay, it's set up like a table saw, only it's wet, it drips water on it, and it only comes up out of the table 2¼ inches. So you have 5 inches of saw down below. And the one I found at Harbor Freight is 10 inches, but instead of the blade coming up through the table like this, it has the blade mounted up this way, and you put your piece on a table and slide your piece into the saw. It's, yeah, and I didn't realize that it was that tight when I first ordered it. But you know, it's like with anything, you live and you learn. You learn and you move on. This looks like banded shirt, but it's odd to me that it only has two stripes, actually three. It has the one down here, the one up here, and then one that runs from top here going down. And I like the Vivor brand because it's relatively cheap. While I've watched streams where they complain that it doesn't last, and this goes wrong, and this goes wrong. I have two Vivor 4-pound tumblers. One I bought in January, one I bought in February. This is May, so that one is 5 months old. That one is 4 months old. No mechanical problems, none. Now, see, this is what I don't like about this stuff. It's like banded shirt, but then when it dries, it does that. Both of them from that rock, they both do that. I did a stream not too long ago on how to use a mouse sander to help your tumbler. I might do that again. No problem. I like to help people out. And what I found is that there are channels, I won't name names, that they go through the process from step one to step four in a half hour. At the end of the half hour, they roll the rocks out on the table, looking all polished, and that doesn't always happen like that. Yeah. Um, best thing to use if you're going to use oil, use mineral oil. Because the mineral oil will soak in to the rock. And I may get some and share what I've seen done. Because some rocks just will not polish. And it's not anything you're doing wrong. It's the makeup of the rock. It's the makeup of the rock. Because if the rock is too porous, your grit will not smooth off enough of it to make a glass like shine. Like I showed Cindy this the other day. This is rhyolite. Always polish it just a little bit every day. But it took me 3 months to get this to keep this polish like this. And rhyolite is very hard, just like agates are very hard. But the cool thing why I tend towards agates is because you can see through them. So if you want to know, like if I trim off another layer because that layer has got, let's say it's got a crack that's coming up. Okay, with a regular rock like rhyolite or jasper, you can't tell if the crack is in the center, how deep the crack goes. So if it's an agate, this one over here as an example. This one doesn't have any cracks, but you'll see what I'm talking about here. See, you can see to where that crack is, and if it's an actual surface crack, isn't that cool? And you could go from the top down, or well, this is going to be the bottom down. But that's cool stuff. That is cool stuff. Okay, come back anytime. Thanks for the nice chat. Oh, I'm gonna put this up. Come on. I experiment all the time with rocks. That's how I know if stuff is gonna work or not for me. I'm going to take and put. I normally fill these like 3/4 full of water. Today we're gonna do a lot less. Oh, I gotta go get more water. I'll be right back. Be right. Back. And let's see if we can get that one. We're gonna put in half a tablespoon of borax. Gonna fill this up. Now I'm gonna do 6 tablespoons of polish. These spoons are 2 tablespoons each. And we need a lot. Because I don't have a lot of butter in them. Press it down good. Always wipe out the inside of the lid. I always do that. Go. So, oh, no, it's right. So here. We'll have to look for it later. One of my favorite pieces, so I keep it handy so I can show people what you can do. This part is cool. All right, that's what I got for you guys today. Take care. Bye for now.